One thing I've been thinking about the other day, right? Randomly popped in my head, randomly came across my timeline. I was thinking to myself, you know what? I know there's a lot of conversation in some spaces, not everywhere, but I have seen some rumblings, some conversations of people talking about how easy attractive women have it nowadays when it comes to DJing. How easy women in general have it when it comes to DJing. Because in the age of social media, in the age of content creation, in the age of clipping, if you decide to lean in to what you look like, to lean into what God and what your parents blessed you with, there is a possibility, if you don't mind putting yourself out there, that it could maybe shorten the distance between you being a bedroom DJ and playing at some big festival stage. So then I randomly saw this clip on my YouTube short section of this one particular girl DJing while she was playing at Whore, that live streaming platform that everyone has boycotted now and kind of forgotten about, but it still exists. The one where they kind of film it in a quasi toilet. She's there, you know, doing her thing, mixing and stuff as they record. And it's a clip they put out on socials, and I don't even think it's a clip on their channel. It's a clip on another channel, so it's going up on another channel. I'm sure it's probably going up on fucking IG. But the moment I saw it, it kind of caught my attention. It grabbed my attention. And it didn't grab my attention because of what she was playing. It didn't grab my attention because of how she was mixing. It didn't even grab my attention in terms of her enthusiasm and her joie de vivre when it came to what she was playing behind the decks, or just her general demeanor. What really caught my attention is what you will see on the screen once I press play. Whatever team she plays for, I support. I hope she wins the World Cup. I hope she wins the World Cup. I hope she wins the Nobel Peace Prize and everything else in between. And when I was watching this, you know what it made me think of immediately? I know I fucking have told this story. I know I've told this story a million times before. And I'm pretty sure that the person who's it relating to probably didn't even listen to what I was saying. So big up fucking Chloe D's. She probably didn't even listen to what I fucking said. So it's not even that great of a story to even share. But I thought I'd share it anyway, right? I've shared this story many a times before on this particular pod about that one time where my good friend Chloe D has asked me for some DJ advice, right? Which is bizarre because who am I to give anybody DJ advice? I've hardly made it myself. I've hardly did anything, left any kind of indentation, left any kind of mark, and anything kind of meaningful. I'm just out here on SoundCloud paying for 5 fucking plays. We live in that real life. But regardless, she asked me for some help. We spoke about DJing and career. This is really early on. Now she's gone and done amazing things. She's killing out there in America. Big up Chloe D's. You're my G. She's absolutely smashing it. But earlier on, you know, we kind of had a little powwow in my local pret-a-manger over some flipping bread, right? And we were pow-chowing over it. And she was kind of a bit, you know, she was a bit stuck. She was a bit stuck in a rut. And she's like, hey, Ag, give me some advice on how I can make it as a DJ. And I remember saying to her, I was like, look, let's be honest, right? Let's be for real. You and I both know that you have been blessed by the gods, blessed by the gods or gogs, blessed by the gods with some chesticles, right? I told her you've been blessed by the gods with some chesticles. You and I both know that. You know that more than I do because you have to fucking live with them. So if you want, you could lean into your chesticles. You could lean into your fucking watermelons and just make that the whole part of your thing. And that will help you get a bit further in your DJ career. Because what will inevitably happen is that people will objectify you and look at your testicles and be like, oh shit, I like those bouncy testicles. I like what those watermelons look like. I want to follow. But then because you can actually DJ, which Chloe can do, Chloe's an amazing, very talented DJ. She even plays fucking vinyl, which I even, to this day, I don't even think I can beat Metro on vinyl. So the fact that she can play vinyl is fucking fantastic. So I said, people are then going to get tapped in with you and realize, oh shit, this girl can actually DJ. Then your career will fucking snowball, domino effect, and you'll be off to the races. But I did say to her, word of caution. If you decide to lean into your chesticles, if you decide to lean into your titties, if you decide to lean into whatever people objectify you about in general in real life, it might end up biting you in the ass in the long term. Not because of what, like, you know, misogynist fucking male DJs may think of you, not because of all that nonsense. What may happen is that you may be perceived one way by sometimes creeps and also fans. And it might limit your ceiling. And also being a girl, I think you have to be very careful as a woman, as a female woman artist, whatever it may be. You have to be very careful not to always play for the male gaze. It's a strange thing to say because I think the male gaze is important, but I think you have to be careful not to always play to it. You want to be referred to as a bit of a girl's girl. You don't want people to always see you and think, oh yeah, only guys will be into you. Because then you're not going to be able to connect with girls. And I think girls are going to be the ones who are probably going to hold you down the longest, I would imagine. And as a woman DJ too, I don't know. As a woman DJ, like, I've seen these clips, right? I've seen these clips of online. And I don't know how I'd love to know how she feels about them. I've seen these clips online about Peggy Gou. Big up Peggy Gou, right? The DJ I'm most fascinated by Peggy Gou for all types of reasons, but mostly because of all the level of hate she gets and her ability to just like laser in. She doesn't seem to be able to budge. She doesn't give a fuck. She just lasers in on her target and keeps on moving. So big up Peggy Gou. The production's a bit all over the place at the moment. That latest song she put out in collaboration with the F1, which I found out later, by the way, was a collaboration with the Formula One. Fucking garbage. But I do admire her ability to just like laser in. She's really locked in. Peggy Gou's really locked in. But I've seen these clips of Peggy Gou where she's DJing and people throw boxer shorts at her as she's DJing. Like guys, you know, like how when like a heartthrob quote unquote guy is performing and women will throw their bras at them or their panties, right? And they'll sometimes write their number in it or just to throw the bra anyway. And it's like a funny comedic thing. It also makes you feel flattered because, oh shit, all these girls like me, blah, 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 blah. I've seen Peggy get the opposite with guys, right? They're throwing fucking boxer shorts at her. Or they hand the boxer shorts to the camera guy hands the boxer shorts to her. And she like holds them up in the air and kind of smiles. But I wonder if she actually likes it. I wonder if it actually freaks her out a bit, Peggy Gou. I wonder if she looks at it and it's like, fucking hell. Like, is that all is that all I'm attracting? Guys who kind of want to jack off to me. Guys who want to fuck me and stuff. That's all I'm attracting. I'm not attracting any like girls that maybe look up to me, maybe like what I do. It's just horny dudes. Do you know what I mean? Because that's a act of horniness, right? Taking off your or bringing underwear with you to a show to throw it at fucking Peggy Gou is a form of horniness, right? It's actually horniness terrorism. It's a form of terrorism that's in the horny category. Horny terrorism. So I wonder if she actually likes it or does she play into it? I don't know. Kind of judging by how Peggy Gou moves on social media, it wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't give a fuck, right? Judging by how Peggy Gou moves on social media, it would probably just give a fuck. In her head, any attention is good attention. But I wonder if deep down she likes it. Because it must be a weird place to be in as a woman. And I'm sat here thinking to myself, you know what? I think I slightly admire women DJs who don't lean into this. Because it must be really hard to resist the urge not to just like put on your tightest t-shirt, wear no bra, and just start recording your DJ sets at home, bouncing up and down as normal. Because this is the type of thing, right? This type of like marketing that doesn't really require you to have like amazing tits or big tit or whatever. Any type of tits, any type of nipple that's showing. If you have any nipple protruding and you have a tight enough shirt and you're bouncing up and down, you're definitely going to make some guys excited. Doesn't matter what chest cup you are, what cup size you are or whatever. It's the one thing that all girls could probably follow. And most girls in the world, I'd assume, most women in the world have a pretty decent like face beat up technique or whatever method. So if as long as you can make your face look a certain way and you put your tight t-shirt on, that could actually let your career blow. But are you okay? Are you okay with what may come after it? Because you might get some bookings, you might be booked all summer, You might be playing on all the big platforms. You might be on Boiler Room. You might do all these fucking amazing things, play all your favorite clubs. You might get placements on certain mixtapes and stuff. But your DMs and your comments will be full of filth. I'd imagine women DMs anyway already get a lot of, too much communication and DMs. Like even, me on my lowly level. That's why I had to kind of cut out the whole Instagram thing, because I tried to focus on the content, because I was just, it's too distracting. But even me on my little minor level, right? My little minor level, even I get probably way too much communication from people. Imagine what a woman must get. Imagine if you're conventionally attractive and the type of attention you must get. So in those DMs already, sometimes it already crosses the line. It's already like, you guys are a bit too comfortable. So imagine if you're putting out that sort of stuff online. So if you're a girl out there and you're DJing and you're hustling, and you've somehow resisted, right? You somehow resisted the urge to go out there and fucking put a tight t-shirt on and bounce up and down like this young lady did, right? In order to progress your DJ career, I admire you. And everybody else on the scene admires you too. Because it's really hard. When you're out there struggling, you're trying to put out mixes, no one's listening to them, you're putting out edits, no one's playing them. Do you know what I mean? You're posting your stuff on Instagram, none of your friends are resharing it. It's just you on your own. It can be very tempting to sit there and think, you know what? If I put a tight t-shirt on and I start bouncing up and down with no bra, I'm going to blow. But you have to be careful, because if you blow off the back of that, you might not like what comes after the fact, You might get blown on, if you get what I mean. You get me? Like someone might send you a picture in the DMs of them blowing something on your picture. And I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. So be very, very careful what you wish for. Everybody out there, be very, very careful what you wish for. But it must be a weird balancing act, of like, what do you do? Do you focus on that sort of stuff? Do you not focus on it? I think if I was an attractive lady, it wouldn't take too much, right? It wouldn't take too much for me to be an attractive lady. But if I was an attractive lady, I would steer away from it. I would steer away from it as much as possible. Maybe you can lean into the male gaze by default of you being attractive. But I would steer away from the overt male gaze thing, right? With the fucking, with my bum flaps out, my, VJ flaps out, my nipples, that's a bit too crazy. You can still be, sexy and alluring and whatever, attractive without doing all that. Really, it's possible. I'm sure it is. You can definitely do it. It takes much more work, but I'm definitely sure that option is somewhat available. You just have to fucking try.